Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for March the 7th, 2025. And today in chat we've got Chris, yay! And here live and in person
Yeah,
we've got Fifi and Loki, who you can hear in the background because I have no idea. Maybe there's a leaf that's falling outside. But oh my god, they are angry. Angry doggies. And it's weekend eve. Yay! Yay, weekend. No, you're not coming up, little one. Pat, yay, weekend. I see Taz is not with us this morning. At least not yet.
was he here last night?
No, he was not here last night. So we'll just have to survive puping things on our own today. And
Well, you just said at the right moment.
oh, well, there you go. Speak his name and he shall appear. Good morning, Taz. Except he's probably still doing microphone thingies. Well, we'll assume he's going to join us at some point. Well, this morning I've got on this account Herc frigates in space and Zinkethi ships in space, so I guess there's two things for us to do. And for some reason I read that as AP damage in space, but it is not AP damage in space. It is just AP damage on ground, which, oh well. Where's that one? Where'd they go? There they are. There, got those back now. So what's on your agenda of stuff to do this morning? Oh, well, we lost Taz. And we get a Taz back. Taz goes away, Taz comes back.
Got some Tetrian damage to do in space for whatever reason. Harvest materials times 2.
That's a patrol.
And
that's an old school
5
patrol.
Terran ships in the battle zone. So, I don't. It doesn't even like. It's like the effort of going there doesn't justify shooting 5 ships.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. Though it's not that hard to get there. I mean, there's a shortcut through Spoils of War, I think it is. That'll take you right to the Terran battle zone.
Still, it's 5 ships. I could just ignore it entirely because going back and forth. If it was 10, I would just go, but 5... could be something like... Battle zone requirements should not be at the level of 5 ships, because it's too much effort to do to
well, it depends on what else you get. I mean, if you had 5 ships there
it goes for 5 anything should not be restricted to like only one map in the entire universe.
Yeah, okay. I can live
like
with that.
If it's 5 things, it's like if I had to kill 5 arthropods and I'm a Drazana, I'm not gonna go all the way to Nimbus because it says in the brackets a Nimbus. Because that should be legal. Endeavors shouldn't work like that. There should be something that you can do in a patrol if it's 5. Something you can bring up in a simple TFO that you can just run at any moment, or even run solo. They need to revamp those endeavors.
Yeah, I want to see some new endeavors coming out.
New endeavors, make endeavors make sense, make endeavors great again, do something that makes them logical and working, because I can't be bothered to like win 500 Dabo I'll play Latin at Dabo table, and then there's the lowest quantity ever, and I'm not gonna lift a finger to win that.
Hold on one sec. Taz, if you're talking, we can't see your mic working, and we can't hear you. Just so you know. So if you're trying to talk to us,
you keep having the same issue every time.
Yeah, your computer hates you. And since I've started doing the hibernate as opposed to the turning off, my time issue has stopped being an issue. So thank you for that. Now we have to fix your mic issue. when I don't know what's
I
going on.
can't.
Oh, I can hear
Oh,
little.
Help me?
there is something coming
Yeah,
up.
we hear little of you.
Dan, what is wrong with my headset at the moment?
I have no
I don't
idea.
know. You keep having this every single time, and I'm wondering if your computer just hates you, or is it resetting everything to default state every time you go to sleep?
It shouldn't do that.
I know.
It doesn't wanna play with me anymore.
I know. Well, this isn't your new computer, is it?
No, he
It's
doesn't
like
deal with him.
my new computer.
I'm sorry, say that again?
10 more days.
10
and
more
I get
days.
my new
Yeah,
compu-
he needs to
computer.
wait for it. Yeah.
March 17th, we shall celebrate the Taz computer. That and we'll celebrate. It's my brother's birthday, too, so yay. I suppose
Yay.
I should go up and visit my brother one of these days. He lives in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and since you guys are not from the States, Michigan is two peninsulas. The lower one, he has Lake Michigan on one side, and I can't remember what it's got on the other side. I think it's got two lakes. And the Upper Peninsula has got Lake Michigan on one side and Lake Superior on the north. And Lake Superior is a huge lake. It's extremely deep. It's a very violent lake because of its depth. It gets incredible waves and storms there. Never gets warm, but the wind comes down out of Canada sometimes and makes the most incredible snowfalls there. Like 10 feet in a year is not unheard of. It's just outrageous how much snow they get. So I'm waiting for it not to be snow season, which is like July, before I go up there again. But it's so...
Yeah, actually, there's a content creator who really likes doing, well, during November, she's doing the Spooky Lake season.
Yeah.
And she's boasting the most haunted hydrology in the world. And Lake Superior,
Yeah.
when it came up, was like, oh my god, what the hell is wrong with this? Like, is it cursed? Is it evil? Is it like
no,
the gate
it's...
to hell? Why does it, like, he's devoured so many lives. Like, what
Oh,
the
yeah,
hell?
absolutely.
I mean, I hear this is one of the leftover from the Ice Age.
They
so
all are.
it's
All of the
like-
Great Lakes are left over from the Ice Age. When the glacier came down and then retreated, it basically gouged out these huge lakes, and plus they're in a depression area.
Yeah.
So it's pushed down and then it gouged out these huge amounts of area. Lake Michigan, which is kind of where I grew up, is a much shallower lake, relatively speaking, and is much
it's a
calmer.
lake. You call it a lake, but
Yeah.
it's the size of a small sea. Like,
Oh, yeah.
all of those
Absolutely.
lakes are actually like. If I hear a lake, it's I see, because lakes in here are just like comparing to Lake Superior and all the lakes like the three lakes that are over there near Chicago. It's like a puddle.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can see the other side, and I usually can swim in like less than an hour from one side to the other. Even
Yeah, can't do that.
like normally by myself, and like your lakes are like little seas. Like
Yep.
they are
They
just. They even have the violence that the
Oh, yeah.
sea comes with. Like,
Yep, absolutely.
excuse me, I'm not getting near that.
They are incredibly violent lakes. Lake Michigan is probably the calmest of the bunch, relatively speaking.
All messed, but it still has its thing,
Oh, yeah.
right?
No, we have deaths every year out there because people get stupid.
Well, that's on them, really, but...
Well, yeah, of course it's on them, but Lake Superior, as I said, is where my brother lives, and I was up there. So the winds are coming down from Canada. This is during the winter, and it's pushing the ice that forms on the surface of the lake down to the shoreline, and it builds up and it builds up to the extent that it can be 20 feet tall, just these piles of ice. And of course, there's sand dunes there that basically stop it from going inland any further. So you walk out to the top of the dune, and you just keep walking straight, and then it drops off into the lake, and it's the scariest thing. Nope. I don't like heights, and I don't like looking down into black, violent water churning underneath me. Going, nope. We are
that's
so
the thing. I'm not
doing
afraid
this.
of sea. I am afraid of lakes where I can't see the bottom, and if it's like, I still have like a. It's not a trauma, but it's a very vivid memory. It was like maybe, I want to say 4.
Mm-hmm.
My parents used to go to with their friends, longtime friends, onto some sort of picnics during the weekends when I was still a wee child, and we went to a lake. I don't remember what it was, where it was. I remember very vaguely how we got there. I think it was still the truck that my dad used to have, because you can't go with a car. And basically I remember how traumatized I was with the... I mean, it looked like a lake from a painting. It was surrounded by a lovely, almost enchanted like forest. It looked really cozy, but when you got onto the boat, because there was a boat there, and my dad got me on it, and he was rowing, and I was like sitting in it, and I was looking down at the completely stale black water.
Oh, lovely.
You couldn't see deeper than 10 centimeters into it. And I was terrified because I didn't have a clue how deep it was.
Uh-huh.
My dad had no clue how deep it was. It could have been, going to the depths of the earth. It could have been just like 2 meters down. There was no way of telling. And you could see it was completely still. You just disturbed by the paddle, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
get
no,
me out
I
of
can't
this
do
boat.
that. I cannot do that. I will
I
say
was
Lake Michigan
paralyzed.
is amazing when you go out during the summers. It's a sand bottom, not a mud bottom. So for the most part, except for little bits of like the seaweedy type stuff, it's pretty clear until water just gets deep enough. But depending on how the sand is moving underneath, a lot of times if you're on the shore, you can look out a quarter mile and you'll see a sandbar out there, and you can actually swim out there, and it might be anything from knee to chest deep, and then you can swim back in. But it also gets riptides, and riptides basically they'll carry you out and you're dead. They'll just pull you out so fast. I got caught in a riptide when I was like 2, and I was just goofing around near the shore, and nobody realized a tide had formed. And I guess I was being carried out. My dad ran in, grabbed me, and pulled me out. And I didn't know I almost drowned, but maybe that's why I don't like water I can't touch the bottom in.
Yeah, I'm fine even if it's like 10-meter deep pool, but I see the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I want to see
But
the
if I
bottom.
can't see the bottom, I'm not setting my foot inside. You can be rest assured.
Yeah. That said, I will still go to my beach back in Michigan, swim out to the sandbars. As long as now they at least tell you if there's a riptide and it's absolutely no swimming, don't even think about it. Don't let your dogs walk in.
Yeah. Well, at least with my dog, I wouldn't have no risk of that happening.
I took Loki there when she was with her original dad, and she went in about 2 steps and went, nope-de, nope, 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 nope. Not doing this.
Yep.
So
My fluffer back in the day was like, oh, let's see what it is, and he went into like wrist deep, the wrist on
Uh-huh.
on the paws, and that was it. And it was like, okay, I'm not going further. And it was shallow as hell. Like it probably wouldn't get even his belly probably
no.
wet, but you would still not be
Yeah,
interested.
no, my dogs are the same way. The current ones love water. But of course, around here, the ponds are not where I want them to go. Since Taz got out of his Borg Battle Royale, what did you say you had to do? You had Tetrion damage?
I get Tetrion damage and harvest materials ×2 in space.
I'm going to
I'm
tell
just
you...
equipping my Tetrion torpedo, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, the Universal for the weekend is complete 3 Romulan space patrols, and all of the Romulan space patrols do have mats in space as part of it, so if you want to put those all together after lunch, you will be able to knock those out in one fell swoop. But in the meantime, let us do Swarm or Zenkethi Front. What's your preference?
I like them equally, so it doesn't really matter.
Taz, what have you got today? Oh, you're so
Hello?
quiet. He's there.
Teo? Well, I don't hear him.
I can see his mic clicking on and off, and occasionally.
Yeah, I can
the
see that,
voice.
but there's no voice coming in. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Can you help?
Oh, yeah, that was louder.
Oh my god.
I do not understand what is happening with my headset. It is not making sense at all.
No. Is it your headset?
I'm guessing it's my computer.
Okay.
That is the headset is almost new.
That's
Mm.
weird.
So, yeah, I have no clue why this is happening.
Maybe you need to wait till your new computer gets there and then figure out if it's your headset. Because if it's your computer,
Alright.
that'll get fixed when the new computer's there.
Yep.
Okay, well, Taz, do you have a preference between Zinkethi Front and Swarm to start it off?
So let's go Swarm.
Swarm, okay. Then we'll do Zinkethi Front. Probably should queue them both up if it doesn't launch quickly, but hey, that's overthinking things. There we go.
Tad.
We are queued for Swarm.
Goody.
We had some fun last night leveling up some ships and getting Satalia's stuff done. So that was a nice start to the evening.
The only good lighting in this system right now is when the wormhole is open. When it's closed, it goes so dark.
Well,
Okay.
it's space. Okay, I'm going to add Zinkethi Front to this and see if that pops. Zinkethi Front.
And apparently we're destined to go to Zenkethi Front.
Wee woo.
We will indeed. Right.
There we go. I don't know if Spoimler's done this since we redid his ship.
Almost here. The Zinkethi are launching protocol.
I do like the music on this.
Isn't it always random at a
I
bit?
don't think it is. I mean, there's certain pre-battle music. DS9 has its specific music. I guess I'm going over here then.
Oh, you mean the music in the system? Oh yeah, that's. It's just, sometimes it feels a little bit too pompous. Feels like a little bit too glorious.
I like that one because it's just kind of sweet. Apparently, I've got a bomb. I'm going to the
That's
southern
right
one.
from under my nose.
Congratulations.
I'm
Well,
gonna
apparently I
cover
finished
you.
my Destroy Zenkethi's ships in space thing already.
That was fast.
Yeah, must have only had... Nope. I must have had more than 5. It was the blue one.
Why are you firing? Oh, you're not. I am. Oh, never mind. Wait, why did it teleport?
It teleported over to your right. And
Why?
turned around.
They don't do that normally.
No, they don't.
Is there something on your ship?
Well, I've got the subspace tunneling thing, but it hadn't activated, so...
Then why would they teleport?
I don't know. Not really?
Warning,
Just let me watch
logic
this.
not detected.
I mean, I'd get it if it had activated, but it hadn't. One done.
Warning, unexplained spatial anomaly recorded. You know, I actually... It's gonna sound weird, because I have nostalgia for TNG Computer, obviously. I really liked its kind of like... How would you say... Computer kind of sounded like it's feeling a little bit too cocky. Sometimes it just felt like it's looking from up at us from higher position.
Oh, that
Position
must
of
be me, because that
superiority.
one just booped around too.
That must be you, because
It
I
must
don't
be.
have anything on my ship like that.
But again, the tunnel didn't activate, so it's something else that's making it happen.
Maybe just activates randomly as well.
Yeah, it would still show
Get
on
me
the
throwing
icons.
asteroids at them.
I don't have the asteroids on this one, much as I love them. Do you want that bomb, or shall I take that one?
I can take it.
Nope, somebody else took it.
I did it.
we got left? We got 3 left. And Taz is defending the heck over there.
Well, fuck. 2 Zinkethi bases remain.
But I have to say, I was saying, I did like the TNG computer, don't get me wrong. Even though it kind of was talking with a tone of voice like sometimes it acted like it's superior to us. Even though it was trying to be very impartial, but you know, we know who voiced it. We know that it was impossible not to, you know, do a little bit of her thing, which is I love it. But I have to say, I did like how computer was able to talk to you in Discovery. It made more sense technologically wise today. Because like today, you can't talk to your computer properly unless you use some sort of chat GPT crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine like 200 years forward, right? If we survive, we would have computers that would probably be having cognitive ability to understand the very complex logic of a sentence and be able to respond to that and even act upon it, right? So like, I remember I was really impressed how they tackled the computer in the very first, I want to say that's the second or first episode of Discovery when still on USS Shenzhou, and Burnham is put into the brig and she reasons with the computer about the safety protocols and stuff. And I really liked how it was still a computer. It was like working. It has this element that's indicating that's a machine, that it's not an actual, and plus it's a real fun nod to TOS, right? Because the old TOS computers say working. We used to do that. It was just very robotic, and you know, it was kind of like the Jetsons, but but they really just brushed upon that theme that it's still saying that it's working because it's still more machine-like than AI, but it was much more reasonable in reasoning. Like when it tried to like dismiss Burnham because you know you're a convict, we don't like you anymore. Well, not a convict, but she's in the brig, so we don't like you anymore. So computer would deny inquiry.
Yeah, as it should.
As it should, right? It totally makes sense, but you know, Burnham being herself, she really wanted to get out of the brig because you know the ship was about to be blown out of the sky. So she knew that. Yes.
So that gave me 150 fleet marks. So I guess that's we are getting the boost.
Maybe it just depends on what it was. Maybe you just I don't know. You said you run a patrol. Maybe you just didn't perform that great on it. I don't know.
No, patrols are flat out 30 or 15. They don't vary.
Well, I don't know.
That's not that I actually care, but
I mean, you kind of do, because otherwise you wouldn't be.
Well, I'm just using them for fleet marks so I can get some more SROs on some other tunes. Speaking of fleet marks, hang on a second.
Yes?
Let's see, I was going through this yesterday. Dipships yesterday had a bunch of projects needing fleet marks. So I'm just going to go through these and see if that's still the case. Yeah, the dipships need some fleet marks on some of the upgrades. So if you have fleet marks, everybody, if you're listening, if you have fleet marks you want to burn, dipships from Chicago. I have a bunch. Though I just burned a whole bunch from Mr. Spoimler so I can go buy more toys. Lexers and I have been trying to keep the projects rolling on all that stuff so people can go buy stuff and burn their fleet marks. And we have room for one more fleet, so we can always start up a new fleet or maybe bring Hughes Heroes back in. We'd left the space open for Family's Fleet Germany, but we've never heard back from them after that whole mess with getting this reorganized. And then they disappeared. So we'll leave it open for another couple of weeks. I'm going to queue us up for Swarm if that's okay with everybody.
Do we need that many projects involving dilithium? I'm not willing to share my dilithium like that.
We will?
We were detected.
Okay. Don't worry about the dilithium. I cover the dilithium.
No, I'm not in your fleet. I'm talking about my fleet.
Oh, your fleet. No. One thing is, I've asked people not to queue projects that take a ton of dilithium, but if they do, I have enough
We have
tunes
like
and enough dilithium, I
one,
can fill it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects that require at least an 80k dilithium.
The one I hate are the dilithium only projects.
They are dilithium only projects.
Oh, I hate those. I don't
And
need to have the tribble
that's all
dispensary
5 of
on
them.
my ship.
Yeah,
It's going to
this
cost
is
me
literally what it is,
150,000 dilithium.
and they're all at 0 because like who's got enough dilithium
Yeah.
to share on 5 different projects that require
Hurt are about
80k?
to overrun
Yeah, no.
this
Can take us
planet.
next 6 months to fill them up, and if not longer. This is ridiculous. Like, there should not be. No, I'm still very opposed to having dilithium in projects. This is a very valuable resource.
It is.
We already have enough sinks as individuals, and for fleet projects, that is just burning through resources without having anything in return. Like the return in fleet projects is not as great, especially if you're like, if everything at the level, let me see, 5. None of your projects are mostly superficial, right?
Yep.
So like, why? Yeah, everything here except for research base is between 3 and no, everything is 5 actually. It's just very small font, microscopic font. Because why would it be a readable font?
Well, I'm working on the. It's not a small font. It's my glasses aren't that good.
Well, the thing is, I'm very close to the monitor and I can't still freaking see it, so I don't think there's a problem with the
Maybe that's monitor resolution.
1080p on a 15-inch monitor. Like,
Ooh.
what else am I supposed to do?
Okay,
Magnifying glass?
Got that one, Chris. I'll get this one. Well, since everything's running over to Tazland and dying, do all the sun powers over here.
Yeah, that's what's left for us. We have
That's
the
fine.
scraps.
That's fine. I can relax. All the frigates are dying. I don't have to do any of the work.
Yeah, that's true. I need to do it.
It's relax and enjoy.
Passively doing my Tetran damage to the
Well
torps.
done. The gem had
Oh, I love these torps. I even have a nice visual.
satellite
Got
is
my
back
satellite
online.
done.
It will launch tractor mines against the British.
And there we go. We don't need to harvest materials in space.
Oops. Only 2 of the satellites are done.
No one take them on the other side?
Yeah, I'm heading over there. So... I'm going for the far one. What is that? That would be west. I'm going for the west one.
Har.
Yeah. So be that way, Chris. Yeah.
So I wanted to look around how to acquire
The last of the refugees.
some sort of drawing tablet.
Oh,
Because I wanted to go back into digital drawing.
nice.
Um, you know, I really liked it. It was fun, and you know, if you could do something about it, like do some artwork or fun art or some sort of stuff, why not, right?
Well, if that's what you enjoy, yeah.
Yeah, I do, but my wallet will not enjoy it, and I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think I can afford what I want.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
I'm
the.
not even talking about the expensive, like professional, like Wacom tablets. I used to have few Wacom tablets. My problem is with the canvas wasn't where you were looking because you had to look at the monitor. So you draw on your lap or on your desk, but you look at the monitor, and you don't see how your hand moves when you do brush strokes and stuff like that. It's really annoying, and I know that a lot of people just manage to adjust to it, but I learned how to sketch and draw by just doing traditional, you know, sketching in a notebook or something. So it's more like I have to have the eye-hand coordination. I have to see where I'm drawing. So I wanted a tablet with a display, so I'm actually drawing on the display rather than somewhere
Okay.
else, and I have to look somewhere else, and I'm actually, you know, doing the thing. Problem being, the best thing recommended is an iPad. I think iPad 13. I know nothing about Apple products. This will be probably the only Apple product I've ever owned. But it has this Pen 2 or whatever that is apparently very good in like the pressure detection and all that stuff. And a lot of artists that, you know, they even work professionally in the field are using iPad 13 Pro or whatever with that. That bloody thing is expensive, and I, even with the bonus I'm expecting to get from work, I don't think I'll be able to cover it. So
I have
I'm
some
kind
major
of depressed.
expenses I need to cover, and I'm just waiting to figure out what the economy is going to do before I get into that. I'll do the essentials like getting my house painted and putting in a new heat pump, but everything else
Yeah,
can wait.
it's like, yeah, and I'm like, what am I supposed to? Do I need to take a loan for this? Like, it's not like I'm gonna do it immediately. Like, I'm gonna go professional, and I'm gonna, like, I don't know, do commissions or stuff. There's gonna be a learning curve before it actually even gets me to a point where I'm actually thinking about it. Not to mention if that was my initial intention. So I'm like, do I really want to do it? I mean, I kind of do, but can I afford it?
Yeah, big question.
And there are like more pressing things. I was thinking about, well, my apartment, as much as I like it and I chose it, has this one floor,
Yeah?
the southern orientation of the windows. Meaning that when it starts to be warm,
It's warm.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
starting to get hot, and there's no way of me breaking even temperature-wise. And I'm on the third floor, so trees that are underneath my building are not really helping. So I was thinking either buying. We have those. I noticed that you in the US don't really do that kind of thing.
What kind of thing?
Window blinds that are external and they're kind of like a shield. They're like an armor protecting thing. It's very popular here in Europe.
I've seen them in not in commercials, but in YouTube videos and things where people have them. Blinds here tend to be internal.
Yeah. Internal on the inside.
Right.
It's fabric. It blocks some of the warmth, maybe some of the sun.
Oh,
it can be even lighting.
Yeah, it depends on the material.
But the sun still gets inside, right? So the
No, it
the
all depends
heat.
on what you get. So the ones that I have are, it's a thin fabric, but it's honeycomb style, so it actually winds up trapping most of the heat coming in. They're quite effective. But the way my windows are set up, I only have one window that gets direct sunlight, and that's the front window, so they only get sunlight till
Meanwhile,
noon.
I have all the windows on one side, and they're only on the southern side, and it's just like, yeah, they will heat up. They will heat up pretty bad, and like during the summer when it's like 30 degrees in the shade, I've got like 50 degrees in my living room. And I did have a small, I mean, I still do. I don't know how it's gonna work this year because I need to get a new tubing for it. I have this small standing AC unit, but I was thinking, should I get myself an AC unit, a proper one?
If you want to be comfortable, yes. I mean, health-wise.
Or external window blinds. But I have a complete darkness in the apartment most of the day.
Protect the refugee ships.
I would say you kind of need something to block out the sunlight to prevent the heat from building up, and the AC to
Yeah.
be comfortable.
I don't think I can afford both.
Earth ships spotted at a
So the
station.
honeycomb
count.
type
Get over
of
there.
window blinds that I have in my house, which are internal and do a decent but not fabulous job of blocking heat, are maybe $50 a set. So not expensive.
Yeah, the thing is I had window blinds here. I mean, I still do. The thing is I would have to replace the fabric, and it's been... I think I prefabricated in the windows, so I would
Oh.
have to have someone
Yeah.
remove the old ones professionally and install the new ones, so it will probably just elevate the cost.
Yeah, when I replace my windows, I'm going to do the whole German built into the window type blinds with the remote control and all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
But that's not on the list this year or next year. Maybe a year after. At which point I'm going
I
to be looking
think-
at selling the place anyway, so who knows.
And I've seen a couple of apartments in my building that already have set themselves up with a AC unit. That's, you know, there's a unit standing outside, I mean attached outside,
Yeah.
and just doing its thing. And I have some people that actually got themselves these kinds of window blinds externally, so I'm wondering... which option should I go for? Because at the end of the day, if I don't cover the windows properly, the heat will still get in.
over there.
AC will probably just work
Overtime.
really hard
Yeah.
to get
Refugee ships
that out.
escaping Alpha. Protect them.
And it's gonna be like a repetitive thing for the duration of 3 months at least.
Well, even if you don't do fancy blinds inside to help reduce the heat, anything you do to help reduce the heat will mean the air conditioner works less hard, more efficient. So you might have to go doing both things, even if it's just
everyone.
cheap, inexpensive, basic blinds to help block out some of the light. All right, let's see what this gives me. Okay,
Yeah,
that was,
159.
I got 109. Oh, hold on. That's because I wasn't doing the boost for the day. I'm just trying to get fleet marks. Because I have way too much stuff. And I forget to hit the refined lithium on this one. Play it every day. Do I think to hit the button? No. So I have 553 unrefined ore on this one. Let's see. Do I have junk on here? Yes, I do. And now we have the DS9 theme playing. Alright, got rid of some stuff there. Well, since the party horns that normally go for a decent chunk of change on the exchange are currently going for like 5 EC, don't think I really need all 6 that I currently have. Made sure every tune had at least one. Save one for the next tune. Alright. That's pretty good. I know, Taz, you're having a problem communicating with us, but do you have a preference in what we do next?
I'm up for anything.
Chris, anything particular for you?
Not really. I need to harvest materials in space, but I can do that in patrols too, so
Yeah. Alrighty,
no pressure for anything.
I'm queuing us for a, quote, random, not really random.
You wouldn't dare doing a random button.
Do random. Wee woo?
Yes, it's a Viva.
No, after the last time we did random and got ground, nope, I wouldn't do that to you, Chris.
Wouldn't do that to yourself.
Oh, I love ground. Ground is one of my favorite things to do, but if we're not all
As if it's
into it...
Duck Hunt.
No. I love Bug Hunt. I love Brotherhood of the Sword. I love a lot of the ground ones. There's only one or two I don't like. The one on Bajor, I just think is kind of pointless.
God, it needs to be deleted from the game and erase all
No,
memory. They should like invade people's brains to erase the memory of it.
There are people who
Never
love
go
that
back to
one
it.
because
I
it's
don't know them.
different. Oh no,
They're not real. They're fake people made up. Telling you.
They like to go in as a team because they all know what they have to do and who they have to talk to, and if it's a, what they're paying attention to. So that's great. That's great. That's fine. If you want to do that, more power to you. I'm trying to think. Is there another ground one I don't like?
Oh look, we have a Shrike.
I love the Shrike.
And I'm in a Connie 3. How fitting.
Draenor Beach Assault, also not my favorite. The rest of them I kind of like. Except Becky. I don't need Becky. Once we're out of this anniversary event, I may spend a rainy Saturday afternoon, if we ever have one again, just playing all the ground missions. Just for fun. And yes, for those of you who are curious, my leg is better. Thank you so much.
What about your shoulders?
Yeah, my shoulders are on, off. It's been a shoulder week, so they're pretty good this week. Got into the gym yesterday and started off with the highest weight that I had from the week before, which is not impressive. I don't lift a lot. But that was the starting point. It's like, that's easy. I can do that.
Blackout mines, blade mines. My God, who brought those here? Oh, that's right. I saw it has. And the question was answered before it was properly asked. Why do you sound like you're in another room, Taz? I will never understand.
We'll have to figure out his mic after he gets his new computer.
I think your Discord is playing tricks on you, and it's just completely resetting your default microphone device.
Discord would never...
You did do that for me once, and I was just so furious about it, I reinstalled everything, including Discord, but that was on my old laptop. This one gladly has been behaving.
I'm using Discord on my phone, and I'm using a really old wireless headset from my phone.
Right,
So,
well, it makes you
the
sound
weird
like you're in a
part
different
is,
room.
This is working, but
It's
my
a...
new headset, which is Discord verified, if I connect it, Discord automatically detects the headset and switches all the outputs.
God.
No, that one just dies.
Oh, that's awful.
But as I said, I think it's a CPU thing. My CPU
Okay.
is pinned and we can't handle that anymore. It's like I'm an enthusiast overclocker, so I haven't been nice to my CPU over the years. So it's making sense it's dying now.
You did it to it. You did this to me. I'm aiming for 2.
And I'll go to 1.
Do you want me to start up 3? This looks like we've got somebody here.
Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now.
Starting up 1.
Starting up 3, so we've got 1, 2, and 3 going, and 6.
Projecting shield now. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now.
There's another player here, Legion of None. Legion of None, keep this clean, and then you can just stay up at the top.
It's the guy with the Shrike.
No, is it?
No.
Yes, it is. There's so much visual stuff going on here.
Oh, come on, it's not like he's sporting the same stuff as Taz is doing to obscure all of your vision.
It's the reflection. We live in the reflection of Taz. Knock that down a bit. I'm going back to 3.
Oh my god, I can't wait for Tuesday. I really want to find out if it's Shangri-La in there.
Boy, they keep hinting at it like crazy.
They're being really, really just like, oh, like, let's tease you a little bit. Here's the carrot. Come on, little donkey. You can move along a little bit more. And I'm like, shut up.
Good
Just
morning,
tell me if it is
Cliff.
here or not.
I have the money if I see the specs and I like it. If I don't,
I don't care about the specs. If it's Shangri-La, I'll fly it.
you and I
Even
have
if it
different
has practical
approaches to how we
console.
play the game.
That's true. If I like it, I'll fly it. I don't care about the performance. I can still make something out of it.
If it's something that would make a fun build, I might get it on one tune. Might not get it on my main
They
tune.
wouldn't make the most desired ship in the game crappy. They wouldn't now. Wouldn't make it
She's almost
something
done.
unworthy.
Developers at Star Trek Online goes, hold my beer.
Say what? I have to put him up. I can't hear him properly.
If I heard that correctly, Star Trek Online goes, hold my beer. Was that correct, Tess?
Yes.
Now, people also wanted Borg ships, which we never eventually got, so this is probably the first ship highly requested. No, I mean Borg ships like a sphere and a cube.
Yeah, no.
No one cares for an assimilator, no one cares for the collective
Okay,
or cooperative ships. They always wanted a cube and a sphere.
Yep. Cliff is asking, how is everybody? You know, I don't know that I asked that today. It's Friday, Cliff. How's that? Is that a good enough answer? Which for everybody except, like, I think Graz, who has to start his work week today. It's a good day. I have people coming to clean my yard today. Yay! You know, in my brain it's like, oh, I can pick up all these leaves. In reality, 5 hours in, 6 hours in, 8 hours in, and I've done a fifth of it, a tenth of it, and the leaves are still falling. It's very humbling. So I called the company and they're like, sure, we can do it. $150 whole yard, we'll be in and out in about 2 hours. Do that and I will hire you to do more work in my house. Thank you. So while they're out here, if they do a good job, I'm going to ask them to quote on some of my next projects. I wanted to have my little sun deck revamped into a bigger space with some windows, and the initial estimate came in just for the core work of it, the walls and the windows, at over $100,000. I don't need it that badly. Well, houses here
I had
don't
an idea.
go for that level. What?
I had an idea how to cover my main window.
Yeah?
Put vines on it.
Put what on
Like
it? Vines? Yeah.
Vines, like real vines.
Yeah.
Something is disrupting the stitching network.
Something that grows through here that just covers it and just benefits from the sun. You could just put some sort of grating on the window on the inside and let it cover it. I need to find out a species that's viable for that kind of thing. I don't want something that will burn down.
Well, there are a lot of ivies that can tolerate full sun,
Yeah.
and because they have slightly waxy leaves, they don't lose too much moisture.
Yep. That's what I was thinking about.
There we go.
Because I've seen that on an apartment in my neighborhood, and that looked really good. Plus, it's a natural blocking of the sun.
Yep.
You can put a curtain down, and then that's that. And I hear that plants really cool off the temperature.
Well, yeah, they absorb a lot of the sun before it hits the
It's
building.
funny. You can walk. I'm walking around with my pupper during the midsummer, and it's like 30 degrees and like it's in shade. And I put my hands in the sunny spot into the grass that's not cut down to the ground yet,
Mhm.
and it's cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why aren't we utilizing this? Why are we cutting down the grass like crazy? Because Europe cuts down grass like crazy, especially Poland. I know some of the more civilized European countries that aren't lazy actually do plant specifically species of plants and grasses that are very resilient, but they don't cut them down for the most heated periods of the year. So they kind of get up a little bit higher and they just do it properly, and they just cover, and they don't reflect the heat. They absorb it, but they don't. They just make it a little bit more better. Because the cities are just so overheating right now in Europe and about US, but ugh.
They may be. That's one reason I'm not in the U.S. Cities very much. Downtown Indianapolis is an amazingly cool city because they don't have as many skyscrapers to kind of trap the heat, and there's a river that runs through the town. Actually, several rivers. So
that will do it.
They've built around the rivers so that those become open areas, and you can go walking there during the day. It's not free to park your car there, but it's free to walk around there. And I think if you park your car, it's like $1 an hour. It's very inexpensive. One more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Adventure Day coming up. What have we not played in a while? Nope, 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 nobody, nope, nope, no. No, we did Gateway twice last night. We did Herald's Fear last night. Did that already today.
Resistance?
Sure, we can do Resistance. I'll queue us up for that one. We are queued for Resistance. Last night for fun we did To Hell with Honor. And since we had
I like that one.
Yeah, we had a decent team. So it went nicely. Not too
like
fast.
The Hell with Honor. I like Operation Repose. I would like I think it's Best Served Cold, which is a TFO with the Klingon thingy.
Right, with the Klingon
if it
transports
didn't
trying
have
to
the chance
escape.
of bugging up. Yeah, the section where the transports can bug out, and you have to warp out and take the penalty.
Oh, I haven't had that
So-
happen on it.
Well, I had it, maybe not recently because I've been avoiding it for quite a while, but I remember it last
Taz.
time.
It's a Taz. Hi,
Oh,
Taz.
like it's a flying boomerang.
The boomerang, please.
So that Lucari are either flying saucers, flying Doritos, or a flying boomerang.
Weeble?
Yep.
Weeble it is.
Wee-wee.
We choose the funniest shapes of their ships, don't they? I mean, saucer is probably the most obvious thing, but like the boomerang thing? That's interesting.
Somebody else had it's not that ship, but one of the other ones that's crescent-shaped. In a mission last night, and
Yeah.
that was so pretty.
Which one is that?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention enough. I just noticed it was flying
it
by.
big?
It's in
Was
the
it a big
dive
ship?
box, I can't move it. No, it's about the same thingy, but it has this crescent shape to it.
It's a little.
There's a Sona battle cruiser that is slightly bigger than yours, but it is very much crescent shaped.
Oops, there we go. Might be a sauna, but whatever it was pretty.
There's also that lower deck ship that's also the same shape.
The Borg are using reality vortex.
Yeah, reality vortex, blah, 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 blah. We're just here for the pew-pew.
Alright. Plus the guy has the most insufferable manner of speaking.
Yeah, I do think that the people they bring in to do the voiceovers for those are just like, oh, God, is your voice annoying? Is it grating? Can you whine at us? You're hired.
The Borg are using
Well,
they're sending
you know, at this point in history, Starbase 1 is an obscure, ancient starbase that I don't even know why it is still in existence.
Which was the
So-
starbase in Lower Decks? Was that 81 or something?
Yeah, and that was younger than this one.
We need that added to the game. We need that to be a social zone where things go horribly, horribly wrong, like a April Fool's Day event. It pops up and you go there, and things
you
are just awful.
You choose a different level in the turbo lift and it spawns you randomly somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Can
it.
you imagine? Can you imagine if they did that? Like if we had a social zone that, you know, is unpredictability levels?
Oh, I would love that. Well, think of it this way: you go into the
You replicate
transporter.
one thing, you get another.
You go into the turbo lift. You pick your option, and it winds up transporting you into a ground random mission.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
I would never appear
along
in that.
with anybody else who
social zone
happens to
again.
be in that transporter with you.
That would be so awesome.
I would never ever appear in that social zone again.
But it'd be a lot more fun than hitting the random button. No.
Nuh-uh. Can you imagine the locks you if you press a button on the turbo lift and that's like accepted request for random TFO, thank you. And you're like sucked into something that you never had a any will to do it. Like the Bajoran
One that I was talking about, yeah.
TFO.
What is that?
How about
it's Undine Infiltration or something like that. I think that's the name of it.
Corfez.
Corfez, yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah.
no. Crikey.
Or it throws you into a random PvP.
Mm.
The turbo lift of chance.
There's a break in the incoming warp signatures. We'll have a short amount of time before more Borg arrive.
More Borg arrive. Mm-hmm.
Long-range sensors show larger vessels incoming. An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Here I was thinking that was an effective shot that I just fired, only to realize Taz was behind me.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Things disappeared from the
That's
pew-pewiness, and then I see Taz.
Mom probably more regrets that you realized it was you than the actual effect. You know?
But I mean, my cannons are firing. It looks pretty. I see the counts going down. I see Taz.
But it would have boosted your confidence if it wasn't for Taz.
Boosted my confidence anyway. It looked cool. But it was like, oh man, that's really effective. Oh. Okay.
Oh, it wasn't. Probably wasn't me.
Well, it gets back to the, and I helped. It's amusing.
Morning music.
Good morning.
No,
Music.
it's
What? No
Moopsy.
musical intro today?
It was a Moopsy being.
Yeah, I heard the Moopsy, but I'm used to hearing the music.
No, I've been using Moopsy for a bit.
You haven't.
Yeah, I have.
Well, you might have, but sometimes
An evacuation
Discord and
ship is
Twitch
launching.
don't always give me the
Cover.
intro sounds.
There's a break in the enemy
We get the
formation.
beep, and that's
Get
it.
into position to
And
prepare
sometimes
for
not even the beep.
takeoff.
How you doing, Musin?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Good. Glad to hear
Yeah.
that.
You sound unconvinced.
Simulators, keep fighting.
I didn't know I had to convince myself.
Well, it's the
I
I'm
don't
doing
know.
okay.
Yeah, it was more like a question.
That's
than
me
an
on a
answer.
Monday. I'm doing okay.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I guess that's more the. I'm not that fully awake yet.
Ah, Me
Ah,
either.
From my eyes.
You're excused then. You don't have to be convinced yet. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, my brain isn't even fully awake yet.
My brain's just going through the list of what do I need to do today.
I'm 5 hours into my work shift and I still am not sure if I woke up yet. So I totally get you.
Been there.
My brain's usually pretty quick with going through that list. Walk the dog, eat, sleep.
Well, mine is people are coming over to do work at the house, and I don't know if they take credit cards, so hit the bank, which I tried to do yesterday. And I don't know what the person directly in front of me at the ATM was doing. Took them a while, and then the ATM stopped working.
No.
Oh, don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah, and the bank
Been
that's
standing there for 10 minutes behind someone just doing some random stuff that isn't even looking important, and then they step away and the thing just says, "Thank you, we're temporarily out of service.
no,
Goodbye."
it just
It's like,
locked on the.
"Excuse me?"
We can't read your card. And I'm like, no. Oh shoot! You know what? Well,
Oh,
They stuffed some bubble gum into
worse.
How many people are actually using money today?
well, since this
Me?
is a small private business, sometimes they don't take credit cards because of the fees involved. For kind of a startup business, I get that. I had a startup business. I just took checks. I didn't like cash, but I'll take checks.
There's still a couple of stores here where you have to pay cash.
Oh, that's getting rare and rarer here, where
Couple
it's
of places.
only
I have a
cash.
couple of places here too.
and I've actually been trying to get back on the cash instead of paying for everything electronically.
My gym flat out does not take cash. Absolutely does not. They have no way to process it.
Yeah, see, I can invoke the law that they have to take my money.
Yeah, you technically
Legal
shouldn't be
tender.
able to refuse cash just because, oh, we don't have means to process. You should be prepared for any kind of payment. Like
No.
here, but I think it's a European thing that you
No, it's an
can't
American
be-
thing too. Bills and coins are
Okay.
considered legal tender for all debts.
Yeah.
But at the same time, more and more places are going to. It costs us so much money because somebody has to go to the bank. We have to have change. We have to have people who are capable. Blah 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 blah. So you have to have a credit card on file. If you forget to bring money or your bank or your card, you can just tell them, "Can you pull up my account on file?" And they can.
Mhm.
I'm glad I just thought of that. It occurred to me sometimes when ATMs go down, it's because somebody put a reader on the machine.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, or they put like
Either like a scanner that scans
matchsticks
you.
into the opening or something.
Yep.
Like I've seen them do that.
Yeah.
Try and like make it so that the slot won't open, and
Oh.
that your money gets stuck in there.
Ooh. That's an interesting one. This was broad daylight, though. I don't think anyone would have the nerve to stand out there. This would be at the drive-through terminals because that's where the ATM is. So if they were doing anything, you could see them.
They made a thing where about 98% of the ATM machines shut down at 10 p.m.
No, that's terrible.
Yep, every single one that has road access
Uh-huh.
shuts down at 10 p.m.
That's crazy.
Sounds great.
Well, abuse
However,
causes precautions. So.
If you want
Yeah.
to still go to an ATM, you go to one of the side streets where it's impossible for any kind of vehicle to ride into the ATM, and then they're still working. But they
Yeah,
turn
that's
the
a
one.
That's so
Precautionary thing.
safe. Oh, yeah, I really want to be on my feet getting cash in the middle of the night. No.
Yeah, well,
Well,
it's
you can think
different
that
here
people.
because of the cityscape, right?
Yeah, you cannot really just thank the people who are like abusing the system.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Mom. Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
I have not. It's one of the few places I have not been.
Oh, if you like walk around in Amsterdam
Mm-hmm.
at 1 a.m.,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel perfectly safe.
Amsterdam, my mom got mugged there.
Okay, that must have been like, they knew she was a tourist and they
Yeah.
followed her from the hotel or
Yeah.
something.
She was clearly a tourist, and what bothered her is they got her purse, so she didn't have her passport in it, thank goodness. But they got her wallet, and they got her little, I don't know what to call it. It was a folding box of all of her grandchildren's pictures.
Oh,
And of course, those are not replaceable. About 15 years later, she got a box in the mail. Somebody had found it, tracked her down, and mailed it back to her.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I got what is the equivalent now of about $50
Mm-hmm.
for finding somebody's empty wallet.
Wow.
Yeah. They had so much plastic in that wallet. It was a godsend that I found it and brought it back.
Wow.
Whoever did steal the wallet took all the cash though.
Of course, yeah.
And there was a wad of cash in there because this was like the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And people weren't all electronic with their payments.
Yeah.
But that was also the first time I've ever seen that I ever saw a credit card.
Really?
Yeah, because until I found that wallet, I had never seen credit cards.
Huh. My,
And
how
now
times
all
have
I do,
changed.
now the only time I see a credit card is when there's a tourist here trying to pay with a credit card at an ATM machine, and it says, "No, we don't take Visa."
That's interesting. That's a whole different story. I won't go there, but yeah. First trip to Germany, second trip to Germany, I discovered that first thing you do once you get off the train at the train station is you go to the American Express machine, you put in your American Express thing, and you get cash.
Yeah. Another option would be a proper debit card. Maestro would work.
Well, we had credit cards from the company. We weren't going to get debit cards because that's a whole different thing here. For company debit cards is rare.
Because most banks here,
Mm-hmm.
they do an ATM card,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a credit card. So
Right.
there's no credit card number on there. They're all part of the Maestro company, so it has the Maestro logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as your bank card has that, I think
Which
they work in
it wouldn't
Europe.
from the States because that's not a company here. Hence, American Express is a good option for
but
us.
sometimes companies work together. They print their logo on the card then. So if you can find the Maestro logo on the card, there's a big chance it'll work in Europe.
Oh, okay. Maestro's owned by MasterCard. So if you have a MasterCard, it'll work there too.
Only if it's the Maestro version, I think.
MasterCard began replacing Maestro with MasterCard Debit in the EU in 2023. So as Maestro slowly gets phased out logo-wise, it becomes the MasterCard logo. So yeah, you're right. You can absolutely use the MasterCard over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go to work. That's a lie. I'm going to go get ready for going to the gym. I don't have to do that work stuff anymore.
A nerve of lying like that.
I will be on tonight, so if anybody wants to join us, we'll be back in about 12 hours. And I have no idea what we're doing tonight. Maybe we'll do all the Romulan patrols and get that stuff done. We shall see. But on behalf of Moopsy in the Morning, I want to thank everybody who joined us, which in chat today would be Cliff, and in real chat would be Taz and Chris and Musin. So everyone have a lovely day. We'll talk to you later. And as we like to say around here, find the soundboard. Stay Moopsome.
Moopsy,
Let's all hit those at the same time.
Oh my god, all of them. All of them at once.
Yeah.
He's not ready for that.
Boop. And Cliff, not to worry, I'm not going to overdo it at the gym. Today is fun day, which means we're going to play rope flow, which is always good. Yay, rope flow. Take care, everyone. We'll talk to you in a little bit.